Okay, so it is my turn to get my hair done. I never have time for this. It's usually like me doing my roots in my bathroom and then like mini move-ups here and there, but we're going to Premiere Orlando this week. Stay tuned because there will be a vlog on that very soon. And I need to have my hair done for this. So we're also doing a new billboard, and me and my sisters are all doing 24 inches. Stay tuned because that billboard is also gonna be a funny thing. But we have to have 24 inches for this billboard and for Premiere. So. I am gonna do our J-Tide wefts. So I am gonna do, oh, actually these are machine. Where are J-Tides? Oh, over here. Duh, I should know where my own hair is. J-Tide wefts are right here. So I'm gonna do 24 inches, and I can't change my hair too much because I'm in the middle of doing some projects where my hair has to stay the same. But I haven't highlighted my hair since November maybe. Since I went brunette, all I've done is my roots and toners. I one time had Bailey do like a little like Scandinavian hairline at the bowl, like a little like wet balayage to pop it out, but it was on for like 5 minutes and that's it. So I've not actually like done highlights in a while, but my roots are pretty grown out. So I'm gonna just have her bring up the highlights a teeny bit, but we're basically keeping the same color. So I use Trini, Kendra, and Stu, and it's like the perfect combination of like a highlighted brunette, but like bronzy, but also bright in some areas with some depth. So I am gonna grab some J-Tides, and I get a lot of questions about exactly how I do my hair, and I wear a lot of hair and it's a process, so I'm gonna show you guys today. So what I'm gonna do is probably grab 2 of each of these. We probably won't use all of them, but that way I at least have enough bundles of each color to utilize. Okay, also grabbing tape-ins in those colors as well. So I grabbed 3 of the 24 inches, so 1 of each color, and then 3 of the 22 inches, 1 of each color. I'm not gonna use all of these again, but I also like to have layers and tapering, so that's why I'm grabbing both lengths, and I'll show you guys how we put them in. Okay, so we are sectioning my hair off. We are just going to be doing highlights in the mohawk area and the front hairline, and then we are going to be touching up my roots everywhere else. As you can see, my hair looks so gray because it's so light naturally. Every time I go a little darker in my root, this is what I experience. It's insane. But I honestly love this color, so it's worth the maintenance to me. So basically my hair is like a level 8, almost 9 naturally, and I should just enjoy that and embrace it, but I like being a little darker right now. So when it comes in, it literally looks gray. I did have them examine it to see if I am gray. I don't have gray hair yet, thank goodness. But because of that, I do my roots about every 2 to 3 weeks. So today we're adding in some highlighting. So we are using Blonde Me with 7 volume only. I am so scared to put lightener on my hair because, like I said before, I have not touched lightener on my hair with highlights for, 6-7 months now. And I don't want to ruin the progress I've gained. So we're trying to be very conservative with it. And they're basically just doing what they need to bring the highlights up. They're not running them through the ends, and then we'll probably do a little wet balayage in the bowl, but we are just adding these highlights in with the 7 volume to keep it safe. And we also added in the Apres, which keeps your lightener really safe and healthy as it's working as well. Now at the bowl, we are doing a little wet balayage on my hairline while the processing continues. We have about 5 to 10 minutes left in the foils, so that's when we do this. This is because my hairline right there in the front, it's faded a lot, it's super warm, and I think it's definitely from my spray tans, and I didn't want to isolate it in a foil and incubate it in heat, so this is a great way to pop it out because it only needs like 5 to 10 minutes open air to just kind of get those chemicals out and redo it. So that's what we're doing here, and then we will pull all of the foils once these are ready. So for my root, we have to use either a demi that has really good coverage or a permanent since my hair is so light. If your hair is this light naturally, it's almost as if it's gray hair and you need to treat it as so because it doesn't have pigment in it. So you almost have to fill it, do a double pigment, do a permanent for it to actually cover. So in the past, I've done permanent colors, which I don't love to do because they're harder to strip out if I go lighter. But since my hair is so light naturally, it doesn't really hold on to permanent color the same way. So that's kind of nice because it fades quickly. But we have found that using the Kenra Demi works really well on my hair. You can mix the Kenra Demi 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. And if you mix it 1-to-1, it's better for gray coverage or gray blending. And if it's 2-to-1, then it's just normal Demi coverage. So for me, we do 6N in the Kenra Demi with 10 volume, and it works really well. Okay, you guys, so the day that we did my hair, I did not get a chance to show you guys the exact placement, and this is probably the biggest question I get about my extensions. So it's now 2 weeks later, and my color is still looking great. Extensions are still doing well, but I wanted to break down the placement for you, and I apologize. I am in pajamas, no makeup, my hair's not really done at all, but I wish I was one of those girls who just had like an aesthetic vibe at all times. But if you have followed me for a while, you know that I'm a hot mess most of the time, and I bring you guys along with it, the good, the bad, the ugly. So this is me in my bathroom showing you placement. So I'm just gonna show you guys the back of my head, the front, where we place everything. So let's get going. So I just want to preface this by saying that I do not have the normal amount of hair in. So I get people that will message me being like, okay, what colors do you have? What methods? I want your hair exactly. My hair is recovering from years of being a blondeaholic, and it's doing a lot better, but my hair's broken in a lot of areas, and it's also really short, and you wouldn't believe how dense my hair is. I feel like looking at it, you're not like, oh, it's super thick, but it's really dense. So because of that, I have more hair than the average person. If you are wanting my hair, I would recommend 3 bags of J-Tide wefts, 1 Kendra, 1 Stu, 1 Trini, and then probably 2 bags of tape, 1 in Stu, and then 1 in either Kendra or Trini, whichever low light you prefer. But just know that's not what I have. I have a lot more, but you won't need that unless your hair looks like mine. Okay, so my underneath layer is right here. So my hair is pretty short, like I said. And also like my underneath layer is like wispy baby hairs. I feel like most people have that. As we work up, it gets longer and thicker. But these little guys, I swear they just don't grow. So because of that, I don't like to have like a drop off. If I don't have anything right here at my nape, it gets really hard because then you like see it. So I think a lot of people struggle with that, but I feel like then you just see my little hairs. So a lot of times clients will have this issue, and there's something you can do with blending to help that, but also just placing a few tapes in the nape or a mini row can help. And then also sometimes what I'll do is put like a little ponytail or braid with my little baby hairs in the back so they don't fall forward. So there are options, but this is what I have going on. Hopefully you guys can see this. But basically I have 3 tape-ins right here. So I have a left, a middle, and a right. And with my tape-ins, I typically sandwich 2 of the colors together. I have 24 inches in right now, and I will just sandwich them with whatever matches best. So underneath here, for example, my hair's a little darker, so I sandwich the Trini and the Kendra together. So that's what I have right there. Okay, and then I have a mini row. So a mini row sits like right here at the bottom. And if you don't like having tape-ins, a mini row is ideal. So a little mini row right here, it's about 6 beads. I believe on this row I have, I think Trini, Kendra, and Stu are all on this row. So that kind of brings in all 3 of the colors that we use. So that mini row is right there. Okay, next we have my first full row. So it goes to about right here above my ear on either side, and it swoops down in the back. So you can see that's a full row compared to the mini row. And in our trainings, we go over like exact placement, but we always do like 3 to 4 fingers above the ear, above the hairline in the back. But that's my first full row, so technically my second row. And on that row, we had, let's see, I think 5 J-tied wefts. I would say typically you're putting 4 to 6 per row, depending on how much hair you have. If you're using 3 bags, which is what we recommend, that's 9 bundles, and typically I like to split that between 2 rows, 5 on one row, 6 on the other row. Okay, here's my second full row. So you can see it extends on the side, kind of in like a horseshoe again. We have all colors on this row. At the end of this video, I will break it down and tell you guys like how much hair I have, how much of each, whatever that may be. But it ends about right here on either side. And some people who have amazing hair on their own don't need tape-ins in the front, so their row would just end, or it would come up closer if needed. But I am the exception because, again, my hair is crazy, and I have a lot of tape-ins in. So this is, I think, what people get really interested in, because I fill basically my whole hairline in with tape-ins until my hair gets to a point where I don't have to. So my hair is growing. I'm doing an update video for you guys soon. I've been taking Nutrafol and it's been amazing. But my top layer's getting longer, so that's good. So we're just waiting for it to come in. But I'll just show you one side what it looks like. So I have a tape-in right here. And when it comes to these colors, I usually, again, just kind of layer 2 colors together depending on what I want. In the front, I tend to build out more of a money piece. So I have the Stew and the Kendra, which are the brighter colors. Sometimes I'll do some Trini in the back for depth, but typically in the front, it's those. I have another tape-in right here. Also, whenever I go 22 or 24 inches, I need more hair, so that's why I have a ton of tapes. When I do like 18-inch, I need less. But since my own hair is so short and I'm going so long, it's just kind of necessary. Okay, I have another tape-in right here and one right here. And I have a specific way I like to place these. It's like really not something I can break down because it's all about feel. One's right here, one right above that. And then I have these 2 right here that kind of angle forward. You can see I have a brighter one here in the front, and that's it. Depending on my hair and how it's like doing, sometimes I'll put, oh, I do have one right, oh, I have 2 right here. So I have one here and one here to help fill in this shelf, but I feel like I'm actually getting to the point where I may not need those, so I can kind of just get away with them in the front. And then I have that same situation on this side, and then 2 right here as well above the wefts. And then in the back, I have my wefts, but I do have 2 tape-ins right in here to help fill in. Because I have like kind of like a crazy cowlick and I don't want it to be a drop off of my natural hair. So kind of crazy. So I have 4 bags of J-tied wefts. We did 1 Trini, 1 Stew, 2 Kendra, because Kendra's more of my dominant tone. And then I have 3 bags of tape-ins, 1 in each color. So again, not everyone would need that many. So I have 12 bundles of J-tied total. So that was 6 on the top row, 5 on the bottom row, and then 3 on my mini row. So all 12 dispersed between those 3 rows. And then my tape-ins again, just staggered, you know, randomly throughout. If you are certified through us, we have a whole video on placement, color matching, how to mix and match colors, what shade to use here, what shade to use there. It's really beneficial. You learn it in our class, but it's also in the training videos you get for life. So a fun little perk to being Jay-Z certified. But again, if you were gonna copy my hair, I would do 3 bags of J-tights, 1 in each of those colors, and then just 2 bags of tapes if you're wanting both colors represented. But if you only need 1 bag of tape, then I would just choose the color in your dominant tone. So for example, my dominant tone's Kendra, so I would do 3 bags of wefts, Kendra, Trini, Stew, and then Kendra tapes. But if my dominant tone was Stew, I'd do Stew tapes. You know, you get the hint. So that is my hair. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love it. It's been so fun just to have long, dark-ish hair. I guess it's more blondie, but for me it's so dark because I'm used to being really blonde. And I've been this color now for 6 months, I think. Yeah, 6 months. That's the record for me, and I'm gonna keep it for a while because I really love it. So thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know what else you'd like to see in the comments below.